Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I'm going to be talking about Kate Welch, and specifically her as a lead designer for Dungeons & Dragons 6e. So I have a theory that Kate Welch is absolutely, without a doubt, going to be the lead designer on Dungeons & Dragons 6th edition. And I think the work for that edition has already begun, but Wizards of the Coast needs to keep it secret. So why do I believe that? Well, Paizo, who has a lot less on the line than Wizards of the Coast, just kept their Pathfinder 2e work secret for 2 years, right? All right, so the reason why I think Kate Welch is going to be, is absolutely going to be essentially the lead designer on 6e is yesterday I was watching Dungeons & Dragons has a YouTube channel. And so it was the first time I really ever got to see Kate Welch speak in person on camera, okay? And so she just completed Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes. She is one of the writers and developers on that. She is on the Dungeons & Dragons 5e design team. She goes by the tag Baby Wizard, which I think is pretty cool. And so they had one of the designers on there. I don't even know what his name was. So one of the people on the Wizards of the Coast team, right? And the reality is, a lot of the people on the design team for Dungeons & Dragons kind of blur together in my head. And the reason why is they are blurrable. They all share a lot of the same attributes. So, you know, like I know who Mike Merles is, and I know who Chris Perkins is, and I don't really, and Jeremy Crawford, but I don't know a lot of people beyond that, right? Of course, I know Kate Welch, right? But the reason why is when you look at those, you know, when you put those three people together and you say, what's the difference between them? What is the difference? Is there a lot of difference? I'm not sure there really are. They share a lot of the same attributes. Whereas one of the things I think Kate Welch has that is not a shared attribute within those circles is absolutely the idea of her as a strong media presence. And so that's just it. I don't think that Chris Perkins has a decent media presence. And then one of the things is Jeremy Crawford, I don't think has a strong media presence. And then Mike Merles, I just don't think he has a strong media presence. And so when you think about these overall, you're thinking, okay, you know, and that's just it. So I think one of the reasons why they brought Kate Welch onto the design team is because she has a strong media presence. And I mean, really strong. Like, so let me explain that, right? So this dude who was from WotC he's like, hey, we're doing this, I think it's called In the Vault, right? And it's a live show they do. And he goes, oh, you know, well, I'm expecting we're going to have about 12 people that come onto the stream while we're live. That's what we normally get. Maybe we'll bounce up to 20 people. There were 350 people watching live. And the reason why is Kate Welch has, you know, she has been around in media presences. She's had a YouTube channel. She's been connected with Penny Arcade. She has been connected with groups that deal with media the way like a fish deals with water. Like she's just completely used to being on camera and communicating in a dynamic way, right? So the reality is they need a lead designer for 6e, right? And I think a lot of people in the community are like, well, you got to know the rules extremely well. You do need to know the rules extremely well, right? That's why they brought her in now, right? And so she's being taught, in my opinion, by Chris Perkins and by Mike Merles and by Jeremy Crawford, the rules inside and out. But what you cannot teach to someone in a short period of time is a strong media presence. And so I think the reason why Kate Welch is going to be the lead design for Dungeons & Dragons 6e is because she's going to be able to go to all those media outlets and deal with all the pitfalls that Dungeons & Dragons 6e is going to be able to have much more strongly than Chris Perkins ever could, or Jeremy Crawford, or Mike Merles ever could. She's going to be able to leap over some of those hurdles easily. And I think that's a really interesting aspect of her, what she brings to the table. The other thing I think is the world has changed dramatically, and Wizards of the Coast and the design team has realized this, where leadership is synonymous. A strong media presence is absolute basic equipment for any leadership role now. And so if you're going to lead this country, or if you're going to lead a company, or if you're going to lead a design team, you absolutely must have a strong media presence. It is absolutely critical, and it is basic equipment for leadership. Take care.